Annyeonghaseyo YouTube, which is Korean for polite hello YouTube. This is Danny Draghi with my attempt to answer the question of, what the fuck is Mir4? Mir4 is a free-to-play Korean fantasy MMO that released on Steam August 25th, 2021. It first came out on mobile in South Korea in November 2020 and quickly became the country's most downloaded game. I would label it a casual MMORPG. While the series started on PC and this is the first entry into the mobile platform, the game definitely feels like it was built for the PC and adapted for mobile instead of the other way around. The world is based on the second iteration of the game called Legend of Mir2. It was probably shortened to Mir4 because of the 12-character limit on short app names in the App Store. The game was developed and published by South Korean company Wemix. Now you too can live out the fantasies of a typical South Koreanite. No, not that fantasy, the video game one. No, not that one either. The one that makes you feel powerful and sexy and cool. No, that's not it. Wait, don't get rid of that one. As someone who's never been to South Korea, I feel like I'm perfectly qualified to discern between reality, Western, and Eastern fantasies, but if I make an egregiously offensive error, please forgive me, senpai. While limited to 4 gender-locked classes, each character's customization goes into dramatic detail to finally put to rest the myth of they all look the same once and for all. Shut up, Grandpa. No, they don't. Sorry about that, YouTube. There is the warrior, Taoist, wizard, and lancer, each with their different roles that effectively function as tank, healer, mage, and assassin, respectively. Players are able to create or join clans to assist each other's progress. Clans are able to gain control over parts of the map and collect taxes from other players who gain resources there.
그 자객들이 내가 찾던 이들이 맞는 것 같네. 혹시 그 중에 젊은 여인
한 자객이 여자를 태우고 달아나는 모습을 보았다는 이가 있더군.
천파가 생명의 손에 들어가면 죽는 것보다 더
사부님, 저희 도착했습니다.
안타깝게도 아직일세.
홍약사님이 어디 계시는지 제가
There is a
알아요.
full PK in this open world MMO where any player in the open world can PK another player. Killing one player will grant you the legendary status of killer and mark your name tag red due to it being drenched in the blood of your enemies, while further PKing white name tag will result in a longer PK hindrance. If you become evil enough, you'll be attacked by NPC guards around towns and suffer crippling debuffs to your gear and increased chance of item drops upon death. Anyone can attack and kill a red player without suffering a penalty. However, you will not suffer a penalty for killing someone who attacked you first, as long as their name is still purple, which means they have engaged you, or red. The global release of the game also features the utility coin Draco, which can be exchanged in the game for Dark Steel, an essential resource, or even NFTs sold on the Wemix marketplace. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in an in-depth guide to how these digital assets work within the game economy. To sum it up quickly, in order to buy Draco, you must first purchase the Wemix cryptocurrency, which is only listed on the Bithumb and Biki exchanges. There'll be a link to both of those in the description. I purchased Wemix with Tether and sent the balance to my Wemix wallet where a DEX is available for Draco and 2 other coins from previous games. Players can purchase Draco to get the much needed Dark Steel, or players can smelt their Dark Steel into Draco, exchange it for Wemix, and trade it for any other cryptocurrencies. There are a high amount of pay-to-win aspects to the game. However, to gain any meaningful advantage over a free-to-play player, you would have to spend thousands of dollars. Other than free-to-play and large spenders, there will be small spenders who purchase weekly or monthly packages and gain an advantage much slower but consistently over time. All you are really buying is time, as any player who grinds long enough will be able to hit the same power level, although much slower. There are several gacha mechanics inherently due to the summoning of spirit pets, but since these can all be purchased with in-game currency as well as premium currency, it really is up to the RNG. Speaking of grind, the game is almost entirely playable in idle or bot mode. While manual control is faster and more efficient, you can set your character to auto-attack any NPCs in the area or collect any resources nearby. You can decide which skills you want your bot to use and how often. You set the amount of HP and mana the bot uses a health or mana potion at. You can even create a list of up to 10 quests at a time and watch a few episodes of Rick and Morty to come back after hours of grinding without breaking a sweat. The game also has a power save mode that mutes it while it idles in the background and switches to the normal view if you're being attacked by a player. Many people hate on this feature, to whom I say, then don't fucking use it, Einstein. But I digress. The ability to effectively skip the parts of the game which I dislike the most to get to the stuff I enjoy more makes any game inherently superior in my opinion. It effectively renders bots in the game useless due to everyone being able to bot in their sleep. If you can't beat them, join them, I say. The game features some beautiful Oriental-inspired landscapes and architecture and collectible pets to follow and buff your character. No, Grandpa, they don't eat their pets. You're supposed to be taking a nap. Sorry. If you like quests, there are quests of all kinds, mostly kill, fetch, or boss quests, but there are also many styles to choose from. There is the main story quests, which are required to unlock needed methods of improving your character. The voice acting is in Korean, which I don't speak, but it sounds good to me, and the translations are not bad either. I'm glad they went with VO, as the quest usually involves short conversations instead of a massive wall of text while still advancing the plot. There are unique and daily side quests for each area that do a great job in the world building while rewarding players with whatever they need to gain power at the level of the area. Then there are requests, which are only able to carry one out of each time. You get these from NPCs all around the world and often require much more hands-on control. Finally, we have mysteries, which require you to gather information from various NPCs around the world in a step-by-step process to discover the solution to a mystery involving the main storyline. These quests usually require a lot of thought and searching. They're the hardest and most enjoyable quests to me personally. Surprisingly, all of these quests generally tie into the main plot of the game or help you understand a specific character or sect much better, which greatly adds to the immersion. The philosophy in this game is nothing goes to waste. Typically in an MMO, you may get a sword that drops. Even if you can use it, you have no use for the 10 other swords that drop just like it. So you go to sell it in the auction house to find that all other players are selling their 10 swords and they're not even worth the inventory space. Mir4 is a way around this by requiring a player to have multiple copies of the same item in order to upgrade it. Even if it is fully upgraded or you find a superior replacement, you can retire the item into your codex. This deletes the item, but as you fill up your codex, you gain permanent buffs to your character. There are literally over 1,000 different codex buffs available for all the different items in the game, so it seems like you always have a use for another sword, which makes similar drops still feel gratifying. Maybe you need 10 more of those swords, but instead you get the next higher tier sword, which is like 10 drops in one, and it feels even better. Many resources you will gather or plunder will be bound to your account, while there's always a chance you'll get a resource that is able to be sold at the marketplace. This also helps keep the marketplace from being oversaturated with the same items. There are many different currencies in Mir4, bronze coins being the most basic and gold being the premium store-bought currency. Gold is also the currency used in the marketplace. Energy is gained from meditating and dragon auras, but meditating must mean something different in Korea because you're doing some badass Tai Chi Taekwondo stuff instead of sitting in a dark room with your legs crossed. While upgrading usually requires bronze coins or energy, it almost always requires dark steel, which is mined from within the game and can be smelted into Draco coins. I was really impressed with the vigor system in the game. Each time you meditate, mine, or gather, you gain a boost to the experience you gain from fighting monsters that lasts up to 3 hours max. So if you AFK mine for 3 hours, you'll be able to grind for 3 hours and receive 100% extra experience. This really helps you feel like you're contributing to the power of your character by going back and forth between the two. While fighting mobs will give you drops, you will not get nearly as many upgrade materials as you would as farming those areas, though farming itself grants no experience or copper. The game also features in-game chat translations to allow players from other regions to communicate, which is amazing since the game is not region locked and you can play on any server. The final few mechanics I'd like to cover in this video. There are 5-person raids and 15-person boss raids. There are 50-person clan raids, as well as the ability to declare clan war, kill targets, and alliances. You can enter the Magic Square area twice a day, but that limit can be upgraded, and there are much better drops as you teleport from room to room. There is also a secret area that can you access twice a day that has better farming resources as well as shrines where 3, 5, or 15-person bosses can be summoned. You only gain access to those last two areas for 30 minutes at a time. I know this has been a long video, but I've barely scratched the surface of the amount of depth that is in this game. It is as if they took all the parasitic features from other pay-to-win games, implemented them in a way where they work well together, and tied the economy into something with tangible value. I'm constantly torn between powering up my character and smelting that precious dark steel into Draco to earn money. Either way, I don't feel like I'm punished for not playing the game, which allows me to tear myself away from it for long enough to get things done around the house, work, sleep, play other games, etc. You know, all the things you normally can't do when no-lifing an MMORPG. I know that when I come back, my PC has been hard at work earning me enough upgrade materials to smash the next person that tries to steal my dark steel mine. After a week of playing the game, it finally went down for maintenance, so I was able to do something productive with my time, like make this video. I'm kidding, of course. I wasn't doing anything productive before that either. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. That is what the fuck Mir4 is. I hope you check it out. Peace.